Bandeham Shri Guru Shri Yatha Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saghana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivishikam Vidamscha Om Jnana Timarandasya Gyanajana Shalakaya Chakshuramilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gurva Bhistam Supurakam Guragadara Sisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipanam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govindamidam Ujwalam Varatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Bande Vishwaguruncha Divyat Bhagavat Premna Vibija Pranam Devam Divyatanum Suchanda Varanam Bularka Chalanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Varanam Vairagya Vidyamburim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Banditam Shubhanam Mareka Sharanam Nyashishvara Sridharam Manchakopatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahabaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Goratvishe Namah. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. This is Madhya-lila, chapter 21. The opulence and sweetness of Lord Krishna. Verse number 54. This is a very, very nice chapter. 18 Namerahoy Krishna Adishwar Goloka Paravyoma Prakritirapar. Krishna is the supreme proprietor of all dhamas, including Goloka Dhamma, Vaikuntha Dhamma, and Devi Dhamma. The Paravyoma and Goloka Dhamma are beyond Devi Dhamma, this material world. So Devi Dhamma is this material world. And Dhamma means abode, like the abodes. The abode of Krishna is Goloka Vrindavan. The abode of Vishnu is Vaikuntha Dham. And the abode of this material world, that abode, is called Devi Dham, and it's under. So, when a living entity is liberated from Devi Dham but does not know of the opulence of Hari Dham, he is placed in Mahesh Dham, which is between the other two Dhamas. So Mahesh refers to Lord Shiva, Deva refers to Durga. Durga is a controlling deity, you could say, or as the West, they would say the goddess. The goddess is Durga. And in Bengal, they really worship her. So, when a living entity is liberated from Devi Dham but does not know of the opulence of Hari Dham, he is placed in Mahesh Dham, which is between the other two Dhams. The liberated soul does not get an opportunity to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead there. Therefore, although this Mahesh Dham is Lord Shiva's Dham, and above Devi Dham, it is not the spiritual world. The spiritual world begins with Hari Dham or Vaikuntha Loka. Chid Shakti Vibhuti Dham, Sripad Aishvaryanam, Maika Vibhuti Ek Para Abhidan. The spiritual world is considered to be 3/4 of the energy and opulence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whereas the material world is only 1/4 of that energy. That is our understanding. Haridam, Haridam, Paravyoma, and Goloka Vrindavan are beyond the material cosmic manifestation. They are celebrated as 3/4 of the Lord's energy. The material world conducted by the Supreme Lord's external energy is called Devi Dham, and a manifestation of 1/4 of his energy. Now, why those terms 3/4 and why the terms 1/4? I cannot necessarily explain what constitutes an understanding of coming up with 3/4 and 1/4 when we're talking about unlimited spiritual energy on this. But the point that's being shown here by these percentages is that the real emphasis is on the spiritual world. And this material world is not the major energy of the Lord, although he is helping manifest these material worlds for the benefit of the conditioned souls, who, as actually the Lord wants to help them not violate their idea of free will, but he wants to give them a chance to reclaim themselves, to come to their proper understanding, because they are spiritual. We are Jiva Swarupoi Krishna Nitya Das. We are by constitutional position Jiva souls and the eternal servants of the Lord. But we're operating in a confused state of existence. That can't make us happy. So the predominant energy is a spiritual energy, and we have an opportunity to take ourselves out of this difficult situation in which we find ourselves, if we can actually develop the sincerity to do that. Sripad vibhuter dhamatvat Sripad bhutam itatparam vibhutir maika sarva prokta paratmika yada. Because it consists of 3/4 of the Lord's energy, the spiritual world is called Sripad Bhuta. Being a manifestation of 1/4 of the Lord's energy, the material world is called Ekapad. And this verse is found in the Lagu Bhagavatamrita. Okay. Lagu Bhagavatamrita. Now, pardon me?
I've never heard of that book.
I'm not sure, but I believe you'd have to find out, but I believe Lagu Bhagavatamrita refers to Srila Sanatan Goswami's commentary on the 10th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, but I'm not sure. Sripad vibhuti Krishner Bhakya Agochar Ekpada vibhutir Shunaha Bistar. The 3/4 part of Lord Krishna's energy is beyond our speaking power. Let us therefore hear elaborately about the remaining 1/4 of his energy. Ananta Brahmander Jata Brahma Rudragan Shiralok Pala Shabde Tahara Ganan. Actually, it is very difficult to ascertain the number of universes. Every universe has its separate Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, who are known as permanent governors. Therefore, there is also no counting them. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are called Chiralokapal, permanent governors. This means that they govern the affairs of the universe from the beginning of the creation to the end. In the next creation, the same living entities may not be present, but because Brahma and Shiva are existing from the beginning to the end, they are called Chiralokapal, permanent governors. Lokapal means predominating deities. There are 8 predominating deities of the prominent heavenly planets, and they are Indra, Agni, Yama, Varuna, Nirti, Vayu, Kuvera, and Shiva. Ekdin Dwarakate Krishna Dekibare Brahma Aila Dwarapa Janaila Krishnare. Once, when Krishna was ruling Dwaraka, Lord Brahma came to see him, and the doorman immediately informed Lord Krishna of Brahma's arrival. Krishna Kohen Kon Brahma Ki Namatahar Dwaryashe Brahmare Puche Arbar. Which Brahma, when Krishna was so informed, he immediately asked the doorman, which Brahma? What is his name? The doorman therefore returned and questioned Lord Brahma. So obviously Krishna knows everything, but to teach Brahma something, when Brahma comes to Dwaraka and says, I'm here, would you please inform Krishna? And then Krishna replies, which Brahma? Then that's surprising to Brahma. From this verse we can understand that Brahma is the name of the post, and that the person occupying the post has a particular name also. From the Bhagavad Gita, Imam Vivasvate Yogam, Vivasvan is the name of the predominating deity of the sun. He is generally called Surya, the sun god, but he also has his own particular name. The governor of the state is generally called Rajapal, but he also has his own individual name. Since there are hundreds and thousands of Brahmas with different names, Krishna wanted to know which of them had come to see him. Bhishmita Hoya Brahma, Dwaraka Kohila, Kahagiya Sanakapita, Chaturmukaila. When the doorman asked which Brahma, Lord Brahma was surprised. He told the doorman, please go inform Lord Krishna that I am the four-headed Brahma who is the father of the four Kumaras. Okay, that's a little more specific. But you can see he's surprised. It's like when he says which Brahma, I mean, how many people do you see with four heads? So, Krishna Janana Dware Brahmare Loyagela Krishnara Charane Brahma Dandavat Koila. The doorman then informed Lord Krishna of Lord Brahma's description, and Lord Krishna gave him permission to enter. The doorman escorted Lord Brahma in, and as soon as Brahma saw Lord Krishna, he offered obeisances at his lotus feet. Krishna Manya Puja Kori Tare Prashna Koila Kilage Tomara Ihan Agaman Hoila. After being worshipped by Lord Brahma, Lord Krishna also honored him with suitable words. Then Lord Krishna asked him, why have you come here? Brahma kohe tahapache koriba nibedan eksamshaya mani hoy koraha chedan. Being questioned, Lord Brahma immediately replied, later I shall tell you why I have come. First of all, there is a doubt in my mind which I wish you would kindly dissipate. So, Krishna has asked Brahma directly, why have you come here? And he says, all right, I'll tell you, but first I have to ask you something. So actually, you can see Brahma is so much taken aback by Krishna asking which Brahma that he can't even proceed under normal so-called etiquette, that he's first asking, well, first I have to ask you something. Why did you say which Brahma? Kon Brahma puchile tumi kon abhipraye amamai jagate ar kon Brahma hoye. Why did you inquire which Brahma had come to see you? What is the purpose of such an inquiry? Is there any other Brahma besides me within this universe? Shuni hase Krishna tabe kore lena jane asangya brahmara gan aila tatakane. You could say, maybe you're the only Brahma in this universe, but why do you limit things to this universe? Upon hearing this, Sri Krishna smiled and immediately meditated. Unlimited Brahmas arrived instantly. Dash Bi Shata Sahasra Yuta Lakana Badan Koti Ardbuddha Mukha Karuna Jaiganan. These Brahmas had different numbers of heads. Some had 10 heads, some 20, some 100, some 1,000, some 10,000, some 100,000, some 10 million, and others 100 million. No one can count the number of faces they had. 100 million heads. Just the one person is a city. Rudragan Ailalaka Koti Badan, Indragan Ailalaka Koti Nayan. There also arrived many Lord Shivas with various heads numbering 100,000 and 10 million. Many Indras also arrived, and they had hundreds of thousands of eyes all over their bodies. It is said that Indra, the king of heaven, is very lusty. Once he had sexual intercourse with the wife of a great sage, and when the sage learned about this, he cursed lusty Indra with a curse that put vaginas all over his body. Being very much ashamed, Indra fell down at the lotus feet of the great sage and begged his pardon. Being compassionate, the sage turned the vaginas into eyes. Therefore, Indra possesses hundreds and thousands of eyes all over his body. Just as Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva have many faces, the king of heaven, Indra, has many eyes. No. Deki Chaturmukha Brahma Fanpara Hoila Haste Gana Madhye Jena Shashaka Rohila. When the four-headed Brahma of the universe saw all these opulences of Krishna, he became very much bewildered and considered himself a rabbit among many elephants. Oh, I mean, there's more to the story of Indra, I'm sure, than was told here in brief. You believe in that situation. He took the form of the sage and seduced his wife, having the sage's form. So that didn't sit well with the sage. Anyway, then when the four-headed Brahma of this universe saw all these opulences of Krishna, he became very much bewildered and considered himself a rabbit among many elephants. So rabbits are small, and you have all these massive Brahmas with millions of heads, and he's like a rabbit. He only has four heads. Asi sab Brahma Krishna para pita age dandavat korite mukuta para pite lage. All the Brahmas who came to see Krishna offered their respects at his lotus feet, and when they did this, their helmets touched his lotus feet. Krishnara chintya shakti lakite kehonare jata brahma tata murti ekai sharire. No one can estimate the inconceivable potency of Krishna. All the Brahmas who were there were resting in the one body of Krishna. Parapita mukutagra sangate uti dwani. Parapita mukutagra sangate ute dwani. Parapite stuti kore mukuta henajani. When all the helmets struck together at Krishna's lotus feet, there was a tumultuous sound. It appeared that the helmets themselves were offering prayers unto Krishna's lotus feet. Jodahate Brahma Rudrade Koreye Stavan Bora Kripa Korila Prabhu Dekaila Charan. With folded hands, all the Brahmas and Shivas began to offer prayers unto Lord Krishna, saying, O Lord, you have shown me a great favor. I have been able to see your lotus feet. So they all consider themselves very fortunate. We may not be seeing each other by Krishna's mystic potency, but they're considering themselves very fortunate to be able to be called before the Lord. Bhagya mora bolai ladasha angikari kon agya hoy taha kori shiridari. All of them said, it is my great fortune, Lord, that you have called me, thinking of me as your servant. Now let me know what your order is, so that I may carry it on my heads. Krishna kohe toma saba dekite chitta hoila tahalage ektai saba bolaila. Lord Krishna replied, since I wanted to see all of you together. I've called all of you here. Shuki hao sabe kichu nahi jabai tarako he tomara prashade sarvatra ijai. All of you should be happy. Is there any fear from the demons? They replied, by your mercy we are victorious everywhere. Samprati pratibite jeba hoya chilabar avatirna hoyataha korila samhar. Whatever burden you put, whatever burden was upon the earth, you have taken away by descending to that planet. Okay. So this is, all of them are very satisfied with the being in the association of the Lord, and they say they're saying we have no problems because of your presence. Dwarakadi vibhutara eta praman amare I brahmande Krishna sabar hoy lagyan. This is the proof of Dwaraka's opulence. All the Brahmas thought, Krishna is now staying in my jurisdiction. Krishna saha Dwaraka bibaba anubaba hoyla ekatra milane keho kaho na dekila. Thus the opulence of Dwaraka was perceived by each and every one of them. Although they were all assembled together, no one could see anyone but himself. So they didn't see each Brahma didn't see all the other Brahmas and Shivas and like that. He saw only himself. The four-headed Brahma perceived the opulence of Dwarkadam. Now, the four-headed Brahma was able to see all these other Brahmas. The other Brahmas weren't bewildered like that. The four Brahma perceived the opulence of Dwarkadam when Krishna was staying, and although there were Brahmas present having 10 million heads, and although many Lord Shivas were also assembled, only the four-headed Brahma of this universe could see all of them. By the inconceivable potency of Krishna, the others could not see one another. Although all the Brahmas and Shivas were assembled together due to Krishna's energy, they could not meet or talk among themselves individually. So that four-headed Brahma, he could see all these other Brahmas come and Shivas, etc. But the other Brahmas, they couldn't see each Brahma could only see himself, couldn't see all the other Brahmas that were called there. Tabi Krishna Sarva Brahma Game Vidai Dila Dandavat Hoya Sabe Nija Gare Gela. Lord Krishna then bade farewell to all the Brahmanas there, and after offering their obeisances, Lord Krishna then bade farewell to all the Brahmas there, and after offering their obeisances, they all returned to their respective homes. Deki Chaturmukha Brahmara Hoila Chamatkar Krishna Charanayashe Hoila Namaskar. After observing all these opulences, the four-headed Brahma of this universe was astonished. He again came before the lotus feet of Krishna and offered him obeisances. So Brahma's graphically, he's being able to see this. No one else, none of the other Brahmas are seeing each other. But he originally came before the doorman, asked the doorman to announce his presence to Krishna, and then came the reply, which Brahma, which greatly startled him. And he was thinking, what do you mean, which Brahma? And then Krishna said, why have you come? And he said, I'll tell you, but first, why did you say which Brahma? Then Krishna brought all these Brahmas, from some Brahmas with even 10 heads, 100 heads, 1,000 heads, 100,000 heads, million, 10 million heads. Brahma bole purve ame jai nischai korilun tara udar rana ame ajita dekilun. Brahma then said, whatever I formally decided about my knowledge, I have just now had personally verified. Janata eva janantu kimbahukya name Prabhu manaso vapusho vacho vaibhavam tavagochara. There are people who say, I know everything about Krishna. Let them think in that way. As far as I'm concerned, I do not wish to speak very much about this matter. Oh my Lord, let me say this much. As far as your opulences are concerned, they're all beyond the reach of my mind, body, and words. And certainly, this Brahma has come to Dwaraka. Dwaraka itself is very opulent. You know, Goloka Vrindavan, or we can say Vrindavan, is very more simple. It doesn't have the apparent opulences of Dwaraka, although actually, in its own sense, Vrindavan is very, very opulent, because even the dust is priceless jewels. The trees are wish-fulfilling trees. The cows are kamadhenus. They'll fulfill any desire that you may have. All speech is song, all movement is dance. It's very opulent, but not so visibly, externally not so opulent as Dwaraka. Dwaraka is a place of... I think Srila Sridhar Maharaj once said, well, they were talking about how they could afford to make the mott better. And he said something like, we'll just bring one brick from Dwarkadam, meaning the spiritual realm of Dwarka. Just bring one brick and sell it. And then we could finance everything in the mott. So that's like Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur when he wanted to publish the spiritual newspaper. Every day they were saying, how can we get enough stories to be able to print every day? And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, first of all, there are newspapers in every city of the world, and they're all publishing news. And the news of this world is very limited. So many deaths, so many this, so many tragedies, he said, but the good news of the spiritual world is much more significant and much more numerous than the news of this world. And he said, and we're only asking to publish one newspaper? That should not be a difficulty. So he didn't accept that argument that how we can find enough material to publish every day. There are people who say, I know everything about Krishna. Let them think in that way. As far as I'm concerned, I do not wish to speak very much about this matter. Oh my Lord, let me say this much. As far as your opulences are concerned, they are all beyond the reach of my mind, body, and words. Krishna kohe Brahmanda panchashat koti yojan atikudra tate tomar charibadan. Krishna said, your particular universe has a diameter of 4 billion miles. Therefore, it is the smallest of all the universes. Consequently, you have only 4 heads. So obviously the universe they'll tell you it's practically in terms of our measurements, it's unlimited. We can't find the end of the universe. But even so, this is a small universe. Therefore, Lord Brahma only has 4 heads. Kon Brahmanda Shati Koti, Kon Brahmanda Shatakoti, Kon Lakakoti, Kon Niyukta Koti, Kon Koti Koti. Some of the universes are 1 billion yojans in diameter, some 1 trillion, some 10 trillion, and some 100 trillion yojans. Thus they are almost unlimited in area. So our understanding of this universe is unlimited. But here it's saying that this is a small, unlimited universe. There are bigger unlimited universes. Brahmanda Nurupa Brahmara Shadirabhadan Erupe Palyame Brahmanderagan. According to the size of the universe, there are so many heads on the body of Brahman. This way I maintain innumerable universes, Brahmandas. Ekpada vibhuti ihar nahi pariman, Sripada vibhutir keba pariman. No one can measure the length and breadth of the 1/4 of my external manifest, my energy manifested in this material world. Who then can measure the 3/4 that is manifested in the spiritual world? Material world is only, as said, 1/4 of the Lord's energy. So what else this puts into perspective a little bit is our own false ego. Now obviously, Lord Brahma, he had his own ego. When he came to Dwaraka and he asked and he told the doorman to announce his presence, and then he was told, well, the doorman went to see Krishna, but Krishna asked, which Brahma? Now that touched Lord Brahma's ego. He's thinking, I'm the center of all attention in this material universe. I'm the governor of this whole universe, and the universe is unlimitedly big, and I'm the Brahma in charge of all this. So what does he mean when he says, what Brahma? So he's got his ego. And then when then he comes before Krishna. Krishna says, well, what brings you here? And he says, oh, okay, I'll tell you. But first I want to know, why did you say which Brahma? This obviously is very much like startled by this question. Anyway, we all have our own ego. And I also see that people, this is just an aside. People come to me and they say, I met you at the Mott in 1990. Do you remember me? Oh, you look the same as, oh yeah, you look the same as 30 years ago when you were 20, now you're 50. You haven't changed at all. Okay. Even Govinda Maharaj told me, he said, I know a few persons. Tasya pare paravyoma Sripad bhutam sanatanam amritam shashvatam nityam anantam paramam param. Beyond the river virajas the spiritual nature, which is indestructible, eternal, inexhaustible, and unlimited. It is the supreme abode consisting of 3/4 of the Lord's opulences. It is known as Paravyoma, the spiritual sky. So all this information, but this verse is from Padma Purana, all this information is being given to Sanatan Goswami. So it seems so much varied information, and yet Sanatan is able to assimilate all of this and then present it when he's writing books, scriptures. Well, that may be inconceivable to us, but for instance, this class is going out and it's being broadcast, but it's also being preserved. If you go to a particular place on the internet, you can find that class. And although from day to day we may not remember everything, but if someone has just a phone, they can make a recording of something, and then they can even transcribe it, and they can know everything. So it's possible. But Sanatan Goswami, he's able to see past, present, and future. He can assimilate everything. He doesn't need a recording device in order to be able to know all the details. And that came up in Mahaprabhu's conversation with the Digvijay Pandit. The Digvijay Pandit was surprised that Mahaprabhu, out of 100 verses, said very rapidly he could recite one verse and then want to analyze it. And the Digvijay Pandit said, I said these verses so quickly, how did you remember them? And then Mahaprabhu said, well, somebody may be a big kavi, a big poet, and he can compose so freely, but somebody else may be a shrutidar. A shrutidar, if he hears something once, he can remember it. So, Tabe Krishna Brahmare Dilena Vidai Krishnara Vibhuti Swarup Janana Najai. In this way, Lord Krishna bade farewell to the four-headed Brahma of this universe. We may thus understand that no one can calculate the extent of Krishna's energies. Sri Adishvar Shabde Arta Guda Arahoy Sri Shabde Krishnara Teen Lokakoi. There is a very deep meaning in the word Triyadishvar, which indicates that Krishna possesses three different lokas or natures. The word Triyadishvar means proprietor of the three worlds. There are three worlds, and Lord Krishna is the supreme protector of them all. This is explained by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. Bhuktaram yagya tapasam sarva loka maheshwaram suridam sarva bhutanam gyatvam shantim richati. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. The word sarvalok means all three worlds, and the word maheshwara means the supreme proprietor. Krishna is the proprietor of both the material and spirit and the spiritual world. The spiritual world is divided into two portions, Goloka and Vrindavan, and the Vaikuntha. So Goloka, Vrindavan is one portion, and the Vaikuntha is the other. The material world is a combination of universes unlimited in number. So that's here we're not using the term world to refer to this planet. When we say material world, it encompasses all the material universes. Because they're all material, so we'll put them all in the category of mundane or material world. Golokakya, Gokula, Mathura, Dwaravati, 18 Loke, Krishna, Sahaje, Nityastiti. The three lokas are Gokula or Goloka, Mathura, and Dwaraka. Krishna lives eternally in these three places. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur comments that in the Goloka planet, there are three divisions, Gokula, Mathura, and Dwaraka. In his incarnation as Gaura Sundar, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord, conducts his pastimes in three areas, Navadip, Jagannath, Puri, and South India, and Brajamandal, the area of Vrindavandam. Antaranga, Purnaishvarya, Purnatindam, Tinara, Adishwara, Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan. These three places are full of internal potencies, and Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is their sole proprietor. Purva Ukta Brahmandara Jata Dikpal Ananta Vaikunta Varana Chirilokapal Tasabar Mukta Krishna Parapita Age Dandavat Koretare Mani Ut Pite Lage. As previously mentioned, the jewels on the helmets of all the predominating deities of all the universes and Vaikuntha planets touched the throne and the lotus feet of the Lord when all these deities all offered obeisances. As previously mentioned, the jewels on the helmets of all the predominating deities of the universe and Vaikuntha planets touched the throne and the lotus feet of the Lord when those deities all offered obeisances. Manipate, Teka Teki, Ute Janjani, Pitera Stute Kore, Mukuta Hena, Anumani. When the gems on the helmets of all the predominating deities, the Brahmas and Shivas who came, when the gems on the helmets of all the predominating deities collided before the Lord's lotus feet, there was a jingling sound which seemed like prayers offered by the helmets to Krishna's lotus feet. Nija Chik Chakte Krishna Nitya Virajaman Chit Chakti Sampatiter Pada Aishvar Gyan. Krishna is the spirit, Krishna is thus situated eternally in his spiritual potency, and the opulence of that spiritual potency is called Shad Aishvarya, indicating 6 kinds of opulences. Se Swaraja Latmi Kore Nitya Purnakam Ateva Bede Kohe Swayam Bhagavan. Because he possesses the spiritual potencies which fulfill all his desires, Krishna is accepted as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the verdict of the Vedic literature. This is teachings of Lord Chaitanya. I was overwhelmed by this chapter. It's really it's very nice. And then Mahaprabhu says towards the end to Sanatan Goswami, he says, I actually wanted to speak about something else, but what I planned on speaking, it didn't come out that way. And he said, this has happened because I'm a madman. And he said, you're also a madman. So we are able to communicate. But this is not what I originally wanted to talk about. It just came out this way. So it's what he means by madman. He becomes overwhelmed with ecstasy. He becomes so completely moved that he's like talking about the beauty and opulence of Krishna, and he's just speaking. It starts out explaining things logically to Sanatan Goswami, but by the end of the chapter, it's not coming out that way. It's coming out as Mahaprabhu's own ecstatic descriptions. So it's a really nice chapter. If you tune in tomorrow, you'll hear the conclusion. So now we'll sing Hari Harai. Did we sing Sri Hari Vasari Giti? No. Okay. Then we'll sing Sri Hari. We'll sing Hari Haraya, and then we'll go from Hari Haraya into Sri Hari Vasari Giti, which is sung on Ekadasi. Now, I'll tell you what pages. Oops, what is this? Sri Hari Vasari Giti is on page 267, but that will be sung after. No, it's not. It's supposed to be. Sri Hari Vasari Giti. 267. Okay, 267. First, page 60. That's what we'll start with. And then we'll finish with Sri Hari Vasari Giti, which is sung on Ekadasi. Today is Ekadasi. And Mahaprabhu asked his mother to observe Ekadasi, and we're observing Ekadasi. It means you don't take grains on Ekadasi. Among other things. Okay. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jaravaya Nama Jaravaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinatha Marana Mohan Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Janardan Shiva Sadi Gora Bhakta Vrinda Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Jai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan Jai Te Vijnana Shabishta Puran Jai Gosai Jar Mui Taradan Kansavar Padarenu Mora Panchagan Radhe Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanibas Janame More Abhilash Jai Gosai Jabe Braje Koilabas Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Binduban Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Majjai Aman Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyan Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamada Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyan Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamada Shri Hari Basari Hari Kirtana Vidan Nityaram Bila Prabhu Jagatera Pran Punyavanta Shiva Sangane Shubharamba Utilo Kirtana Dhwani Gopala Govinda Miranga Mandira Bhaje Shankar Karata Sangye Sankirtana Sange Sab Hoy Lo Mishal Ramande Utilo Dwane Puriya Akasha Jodikera Amangala Jai Sabdasha Chaturdike Shri Hari Mangala Sankirtan Mojinache Jagannatha Mishra Nandan Sabara Angete Shobe Sri Chandana Mala Anande Nachaye Sabe Hoye Bibola Nijanande Nache Mahaprabhu Vishwambar Jananera Tale Shuni Ati Manohar Bhavabheshe Mala Nahiro Haya Galaya Chindiya Padaye Giya Bhakatera Gaya Jaranamanande Shiva Vasanana Jane Jarara Se Nache Shiva Se Nache Apone Jaraname Bhau Miki Hoilo Tapadana Jaraname Ajamila Pailo Mojana Jaraname Shravane Samsara Bandha Guche Heno Prabhu Avatari Kali Juge Nache Jaranama Loy Shuka Narada Bidaya Sasha Badana Prabhu Jara Guna Gaya Sarva Mahaprayaschitta Jai Prabhu Nama Jai Prabhu Nachaye Deke Jata Bhagavana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Chandajana Vrindavana Dasha Tuchu Parachu Gegana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Chandajana Vrindavana Dasha Tuchu Parachu Gegana So I'm going to read the translation of this. This is by Vrindavan Das Thakur. He's the author of Chaitanya Bhagavat. And I believe this song is included within the Chaitanya Bhagavat. It's part of the Chaitanya Bhagavat. So, once on the auspicious day on Ekadasi, in the house of Srivas Pandit, Sriman Mahaprabhu inaugurated congregational Nam Sankirtan with great enthusiasm, accompanied by his devotees and associates. They're all doing Sankirtan. Surging in divine ecstasy, Sriman Mahaprabhu, the life and soul of the universe, began to dance beautifully. The devotees surrounded him, being deeply touched and inspired by such an ecstatic moment, and they also began to dance and sing the holy names like Gopal and Govinda. The combined sound vibrations of mridanga, temple bells, kartals, and shank means the conch, in harmony with the congregational singing and dancing, took everyone to the plane of transcendental delight. The holy vibration of Sankirtan filled the sky and spread through the ether all over the cosmic universe existence. Thus the atmosphere in all directions became purified and filled with auspiciousness by that divine sound. In all four directions, the auspicious chanting of the Lord's name spread, and in the center of that sound vibration, the son of Jagannath Mishra, Sriman Mahaprabhu, danced. Everyone was decorated with fragrant sandalwood paste and beautiful garlands. The most wonderful rhythmic sound arose from the dancing footsteps of Sriman Mahaprabhu, which captivated the minds of the devotees. As he continued dancing in his own self-born ecstasy, the swinging flower garlands around his neck began to fall, decorating the earth. The devotees beheld before their eyes this rare and precious, heart-captivating, ecstatic dance of the Supreme Tattva, Sri Gauranga, who is the most worshipable object of even the great personalities, such as Lord Shiva, Shuka, Narada, and others. Being totally overwhelmed and lost in the transcendental bliss of taking Mahaprabhu's holy name, Lord Shiva sometimes does not care for his personal appearance or obligation to retain his clothing, which sometimes falls down while he dances in the ecstasy of loving devotion. By chanting and meditating upon his holy name, Sri Valmiki became a great powerful rishi, and Ajamil attained pure liberation. As one hears and takes his holy name with devotion, embracing its high potency within the core of their heart, their existence becomes totally purified, and they attain deliverance. Such is the Lord, the source of all incarnations, in his dancing form in this age of Kali. The pure devotees, Sri Sukadeva and Devarshi Narada, are always blissfully engaged, relishing the nectar of his holy name and distributing it to suitable jiva souls wherever they travel. Even Anantadev describes his unlimited glories with thousands of mouths. Of all penances, the chanting of the Lord's name is supreme, and whoever sees the dancing of the Lord in his form as Sri Chaitanya is a supremely fortunate soul. The two brothers, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, are my beloved masters and my life and soul. Thus Vrindavan Das sings this song of their glorification and devotionally offers it at their lotus feet. So that's Sri Hari Vasari Gita. Now I'll just sing a little bit verses of Mahamantra, and then we'll take actually today's not Prashana, it's called Anukalpa, because it's a Kadasi. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Haribo. Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shuki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajaka Charyasta Tara Sada Shishi Man Shila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajaka Charya Ashtatara Sada Shishi Man Shila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Bhagavan Shila Bhakti Sananta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishordas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai Prem Sigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai Srila Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai Sri Chaitanya Bhagwat Ki Jai Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Vishvavaranya Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai